No. That's Wesley the dog. Wesley is stinky.
No. It was Sasha had the stinky.
Stinky was
injury.
stinky tail, and I'm a traditionalist in these naming. I don't go for this renaming business for cats. People can rename themselves left and right, but I think cats need to stick with the name.
Are we?
We are.
Yes, we are live.
So welcome, everybody.
Mute.
Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Sasha has disappeared. I'm sure he'll be back up there soon. He's having fun. So
okay, Mithril says they have no Twitter or Facebook.
Oh.
Okay.
In that case,
try it again another time. I think.
Well,
yeah, babe. I don't know. How the fuck do you know us if you don't have either?
Because
YouTube.
I don't know. YouTube. Yeah, that's
YouTube
it.
is a social networking platform as well.
Yeah.
All right. In any event, welcome everybody to the Alchemy Bench. As you can see, we've got a lot of people here. We've got Jonathan.
Hello, Summer and the Geek here.
Phoenix.
Hello, beautiful beings of the internet.
And Tom.
Hi.
And Julie.
Hi, too.
I don't know. I don't know, Marty Anthony, if I am like a hair farm. Yeah, this is like less than 2 months or less than 6 weeks that I grow this out. Yeah.
And in a couple of seconds, for those of you watching the stream, you'll see the suggestion for a new hat that I think Tom should get. It'll be popping up on the YouTube stream soon enough.
Oh shit! It was posed.
What kind of laugh was that? That was disturbing.
That was a portal.
That's Jonathan's supervillain laugh.
It's a laugh where it's just like I don't want to laugh too loud.
Oh, I see.
Well, the problem with that hat though is that I would be, with my luck, I would die with that hat on, and then I would.
You'd order it from Amazon.
I'd be found in my apartment, 2 weeks later, in a very bad state of repair, and somebody would look at that hat and, well, maybe that would be good because that would be highly ironic, and I would like to go in an ironic way.
Mm-hmm. Not sure what that means.
I need to ask Joe a question. What bone is fit for jokes? The only bone that is fit for jokes.
The boner.
The funny bone, I think.
I'm thinking it must be one of the foot bones because there are some really funny names for the.
I'm smelling a very bad pun, like the funny bone.
Yeah, it's either the funny bone or the boner.
I just want to force him to say it.
That hat is wrong, John. It should spell I ate and dead.
Yes, that is the one Tom should actually get.
What's that?
The hat should spell
instead of ain't dead yet, motherfuckers, it should be
dead.
ain't dead. From Granny Weatherwax.
On her sign that she gets when she borrows animals. I ate and dead.
Okay.
Clavicle bone. That's a humorous bone. Okay.
Why?
That's disappointing. I was hoping it was going to be more. Well, I guess clavicles. Clavicles can be funny.
Why?
Because you can play tunes on it.
I don't get it.
It's not. It's just.
Is that like the clavier bone? Is that clavier in some other language?
Hey, y'all, I actually have a lot of skulls in this room, and I don't really think they appreciate all these bone jokes.
Wait, is that a keyboard joke?
That's what I was going with that. I doubt that Joe was. I think Joe was just picking a bone at random.
No, clavicle is a funny word.
No, it's not.
Well, I find it a very interesting, fascinating word. There's just some words that are just much more funnier, like cabbage opposed to lettuce.
That sentence could have used some
The joke requires you to think it is humorous, and then any other bone. I didn't think about humorous, so.
Oh.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah, a bunch
Tim.
of the skulls in this room, they find those jokes very racist. I think.
You're wearing a skull as a hat. I don't think you're allowed to.
It's Jack Skellington. He has a sense of humor.
Jack Skeleton would also use his own bones to play fetch with Zero.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, I would like to thank our patrons. So
Yes,
hopping over
thank our
to
patrons.
Patreon, I'm going to go ahead and thank Eli and Lisa. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you, patrons.
We only
And-
have 2 patrons left.
Mm-hmm. And Jonathan.
Yeah, but Jonathan doesn't count. Yes.
Yeah, I gave Social Justice Alchemy too much money.
Mm-hmm. That's why.
Yeah, but I want to be a corny corn. But thank you for the patrons that are still able to give us money. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And we understand those that can't give us money anymore.
Yeah, I wasn't
Time.
whining. I was just. Yeah.
Right. But hey, if you're new to Social Justice Alchemy, thank you for coming. Hope you can stay. Hope you can enjoy our company as we just sit around and talk about whatever comes to mind. If you like what you see, don't forget to click the like button. There's also the subscribe button, and you can click that.
What
so
the fuck are you going? Are you being?
I'm trying to be professional.
Yes. What
Don't
the
do that.
fuck?
Why not? Because
That's nice, but that's unexpected.
Okay, so you know that we're on
But
YouTube.
that's nice. Okay.
And you were.
May I announce something?
Sure.
Hi, Demon.
I am I decided at the last minute to have a birthday fundraiser. It was my birthday this past Wednesday. A birthday fundraiser for the Trevor Project. I'm currently trying to raise $2,500 for them. Since it's such a big amount, the fundraiser is going to go to at least the end of this month. So I'm going to be having a live stream wherein I promote it and talk about certain issues facing LGBT people, especially young people in America. I know I've read articles about how a lot of LGBT people are having a hard time because they're stuck at home currently, often with unaccepting families and without systems of social support they'd find at school or just in recreational activities. So please check out my live stream tonight. It's going to be 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So yeah.
I'll put a link to that live stream into the chat right now, and I'll also do that at the end of the show when we close down.
So that's around midnight for Europe, Central Europeans.
Maybe.
11 p.m. for Brits.
If you have anything to give, it can be as little as $5 via Facebook. Everything goes directly to the Trevor Project. None of it goes to me. So yeah.
All right. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and then the bell for get the notifications and then all of the links are below us for all of our contact information as well. And if you're listening to the podcast portion of Social Justice Alchemy, you can give us a comment, give us a rating on your favorite podcatching app.
Indeed.
Every little bit helps, even though I don't know if people are just going to randomly discover our podcast, Social Justice Alchemy, and then hear us as we just I don't know, talk about farting or anything like that.
Farts are funny. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Are they though?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Everyone agrees. It's a universal.
I didn't vote.
Does everyone agree, really? Or do people just think that these jokes are funny?
No,
Okay.
not fart jokes, just farts.
That's fair.
Farting is the epitome of humor.
I guess.
Maybe be a bit hyperbolic, but yeah.
You don't say, Tom. I think, Mithril, you're confusing Jonathan and John.
Yeah, I'm John. That's Jonathan.
Luke has left from underneath my laptop desk and is now lying on the cold linoleum floor. I have no idea why he would prefer that, but it's his thing. Then again, he does have all that lovely smell.
Joe says they are not the highest form of humor. That is puns. Fuck you.
No, I agree. The puns are the highest form of humor.
That looks like a 300-second band, don't you think? It's a little meta, but maybe it's appropriate.
No. We only do that for David Skog.
He's not even here today. I'm shocked.
Give it time.
He's going to get a ban as soon as he shows up.
Oh.
because Joe set it up. Yeah, we're thinking about it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the highest form of humor is knock jokes, because the last time I really laughed hard was when I heard a knock joke when I was 6, and I thought it was just the best.
I don't get.
And I have
jokes.
no humor since then.
I think I only found knock jokes really funny when I was like 6.
Yeah, that's what Tom just said.
Only when I was 6. I never found the funny after that. Of course, according to my mother.
We have a new patron.
Do we?
Of course, according to my mother,
yay.
I don't have a sense of humor.
I didn't know you were into butt stuff. John is very much into butt stuff.
I'm very much into butt puns, if nothing else. In this case, in this time of social distancing and being safe, it's important to use the personal protective equipment to keep your prostate safe.
Oh, yeah. So referring to the title of our episode, Free Prostate Masks.
So, in other words, don't go commando. Keep your panties on.
And not in a bunch.
I mean, I don't have a prostate, so.
You know what? Keep your panties on anyway, just in case. Just in case. You can't be too safe with butts. I don't even know.
Those who tuned in for the highbrow humor, this is it.
How much sugar is in this protein shake? There's actually not much.
Okay.
There's actually not much sugar. It's sweetened with stevia. Partially, it has less than 1%.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's yes, Evolve. It's plant-based protein. Pea protein, of course, because that's like the best.
Is that usable for baking? Stevia?
Yes.
Yeah, you could use baking. It's different than like sugar. It's like much sweeter than sugar. So
I have baked with stevia, but yeah, you have to divide the. You have to use way less.
Yeah, that's why when baking I actually just use like Splenda, or more accurately, whatever store brand of Splenda I can find.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can find like stevia in powdered form that's like similar to what they do with Splenda. It's like mostly malted maltodextrin, which makes it like fluffier, and
Mhm.
actually you
It's
can
very
use it as
fluffy.
a.
Does it actually taste like, sugary sweet, or is
Yeah,
it got
yeah,
that
yeah.
chemically sweet?
No, it really tastes like sugar.
Okay.
Stevia can taste like sugar. That's one that's
It's
closer
not
to sugar than
diabetes safe though.
Oh.
which isn't.
Well,
That's-
Which
it's
one
the
is it?
same kind of sugar that the one that it's fructose.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not going to help then.
No.
Because I really want to get into baking. I bought a bunch of flour, different kinds of flour, and I got a couple of baking tools that I hadn't had, so I'm kind of set up for baking. I'm getting
Don't quote me on that. Actually, you should.
But I'm not going to quote you. I'm just going to.
No, but I mean,
I'm going
you
to take your word for it. I'm going to internalize it, and
I'm not
I'll
sure.
say it
You
to
should.
myself.
You should verify that. I'm pretty sure it's fructose, but
Tom, I would recommend that you use Splenda for baking.
Okay.
It works really well.
Okay.
Yeah. There are a bunch of vegans on YouTube who are like really anal about Splenda. Like, it's not vegan because it's tested on animals. It's just like, okay, first of all, everything by law has to be tested on animals. Splenda is not anymore, because it has been like decades ago, but it hasn't been in recent years.
what is tasted on animals?
Splenda, the sugar.
Splenda, the sugar substitute.
I don't know what it is.
Splenda?
Yeah.
It's
just a fake
Fake
sugar.
sugar.
Oh, is it aspartame?
No,
I
it's
think
not
it's a different one.
aspartame. It's different. It's like derived from sugar, but it's not. It's like its main component is sucralose, which is like God, it's hard to explain. It's a chemical that comes from sugar, but it's like it's not actually sugar. It's God, I'm sorry. I didn't study. I never took a chemistry class.
Yeah. Anyways,
Mhm.
animal testing is
Anyway.
stupid because we are human. We are not rats. So there's that.
Also, rats are valid and observe that.
Yes.
Yes.
And so are all the other critters on the earth. Do not test on them. Do not eat them. Do not wear them. Just love them.
No, but my point was that it's useless, regardless of your position, your ethical position on this. It's a proven fact. Animal testing says nothing about if shit is safe for humans or not. Only human testing can say that.
No, that's
Well,
Yeah, that's the thing.
there are
Yeah, but
things you
that's
can
kind of-
learn. It's not necessarily. It's
the
not
more
definitive.
closely something is
That's
related
kind
to us, the more
Yeah.
similar their reactions. will be
That's
to
the
ours.
thing, though. Like,
Yes,
people use
similar,
that as an excuse.
but not the same.
Let Phoenix talk.
Especially rats.
Yeah.
I mean, those poor things will develop tumors and tumors every time because that's what rats do.
Well, the lab rats are seem to be developed to develop tumors fairly easily. Or I don't know.
All rats, even
All
not
rats?
just lab rats. It's something that it is common in rats and mice.
Oh.
So that's
Poor
something
wild.
that is really, really different from humans. And honestly, testing shit on rats, it's stupid. Anyways, that's just me ranting about the uselessness of
Science.
no, not science, of cruelty.
Yeah.
Don't test on animals. They will eat your face off and then piss on your corpse.
That I
Ming-
can agree with. Yes.
Ming the Merciless has spoken.
Yes.
He's a
And Ming could be non-binary, so they could have like the mustache as well.
She's already cute enough. They don't need a mustache.
That's true.
I had to lie down, so I put something in my place, and Luke ran back upstairs because I don't know. I think he thought my mom was getting some food out or something. That's what they do. That's what they do.
So, what's new in your shit show?
Oh,
Semester
well,
ended. So I've been relaxing. Got all my grades turned in with only one snafu.
Just like a lot of lecture work as of end of month inventory, but like I'm accruing a lot of overtime so I can give to like my comrades and also pay off my credit cards.
I was asking about your country, but
No.
But why would she pay attention?
I wouldn't refer to your lives as shit show.
But why would
I
we pay
would.
attention to the country as if it's a shit show?
Well, I'm
interested in
I
your
brag
lives
with that
though, but you know.
well, what if my life is a shit show?
Maybe it is, but I wouldn't refer to it as such.
Yeah, you would.
Well,
no, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. You're surprisingly
frank.
No, you kind of would. If our life was actually a shit show, I think you would.
No, I wouldn't.
My life is. Oh, go ahead. Speak, Phoenix. I'm sorry.
I had a couple of existential crises this week when the whole this thing is never going to end and I'm going to be stuck in my parents' house for the rest of my life thing reared its ugly head again, and yeah.
I have a proposal, Phoenix. If you're not going to appear on camera, you should cut it off because your
audio kind of breaks up.
Would be better.
Okay.
If you want to show your face, show your face. But if we are going to watch your wall, I think it would be better to cut it off and have a better bandwidth.
I just needed to lie down briefly.
That's okay. I feel that way a lot of times too. My life. So, go speak.
No, go ahead, Tom.
Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, we're talking about lives. My life is actually fairly decent, and I feel bad about that because so many other people are going through shit. But I got my stimulus money, and I donated some money to some people and to some causes.
Yes, I love you.
Well, I'm not going to take credit for anything, except you, of course. Welcome. And but I also I'm getting I'm replacing my. I don't know how old my computer is. It's chugging along and it's doing all right, but it's slow as anything. So I'm getting a new computer with a 500 gigabyte SSD drive. So that should speed things up quite a bit. And I'm getting excited about
Joe. That. Sorry, Tom. Joe is saying goodbye.
Oh.
Joe has to go to work.
Oh, sorry, Joe. Bye, Joe. It's been fun. Come back with more funny bones.
Shut up and go on with talking about your life.
Oh, and I've got. I normally get $16 a month on for food stamps because I'm poor, but not as poor as a lot of other people. Well, for last month and this month, they're giving me each month an extra $178 worth of food stamps.
Marty is being a smartass to you in the chat, Tom.
Buy a sound card that works. What's the matter with my sound card? I don't
I
have
don't
a
know.
sound card. I have.
Of course you have. It's probably in your motherboard, but you have one.
Well, I mean, it's incorporated in other stuff. It's not a separate one. Do I sound bad?
No, you don't. It's
No.
because of your sound issues. You know, it's Marty. She's being a smart ass.
Well,
That's why I love her, though. Right?
yes. Anyway,
Yeah, we all love Marty Apthey in her most recent the Tea Party, which was earlier this week on Monday, 27th. She said a lot of things, talked about boobs and TikTok and other things, but also kind of like gave a little praise to me because no people are doing that because of all the charity work I do or Prostate links and stuff like that. Speaking of which, there is a Google Doc that I posted just one link into, which has all the charity links that I've been posting previously before.
Yeah, talking of which, I admire your resilience in Steve's askaways. You're amazing. I would have given up. Oh, for fuck's sake, David is here.
yeah, 300 seconds.
John isn't here.
But the thing is, like, why are we going to ban David as soon as she like shows up? He'll be like, "What did I do now?"
Because
Well-
John said he would.
But again,
It goes
Because it's late, I think.
it goes back to what Joe said about puns, and since the pun issue was raised,
so we're gonna ban, and so we're gonna put David Scott in timeout just because of like something that
Nah.
Joe said.
yeah, absolutely. That's
Well-
John will have forgotten, I think.
well, I hope so, because
Of the
David
father.
doesn't deserve it this time. Well, he might.
I
deserve
don't
it,
know. He's half an hour late.
but- Yeah, well,
Uh,
you're late too. so-
Quite.
Like-
Start a little late.
yes, that's right. We did start a little bit late, so he's only like 26 minutes late.
Yeah.
We always start a little bit late. John is just unable to be on time. Even when he's here on time. We-
Yeah.
To be fair, we were talking about something else, like inviting someone else on, so it's just like I think that what kind of like added to the delay.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being an ass.
Well, and I'm just being
Stop
one to
it.
clarify, as if someone who doesn't understand that someone's being asked, because I am a gullible person, honestly.
Stop being nice. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Being
Yeah, but-
nice is the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, but the interesting, Tom, you mentioned how you feel guilty because like things are going well for you, and
Yeah.
that's kind of how I feel too, because I am lucky to still have employment, and I probably will going to continue to have employment for a foreseeable future, even if like we are in an economical downturn, and we're probably going to also be in economic downturn because before this COVID-19 thing, we were about to head into a recession anyway. So.
Mhm.
But I'm also.
Oh, John.
I always remember, especially since I had my headphones on and I was able to hear the entire discussion.
Oh, so mean.
You should take your
Was-
headphones. You should not be listening to us when you're not there.
That was
We
so
need to be able to talk
And also, I was totally on time, but you tried to invite Mithril into the hangout without getting the proper contact info first. It's your fault, Julie, not mine.
Julie, you did admit to being an ass. So.
Yeah.
Whatever.
John, you're a slippery son of a bitch. Just
I'm a
can't-
teacher.
can't
It's never
tag you
my
with
fault.
anything.
It's always the student's fault.
I am not your student.
I
Young
taught
man.
you so many things. You have no idea.
Yeah, I'm. It reminds me of Tim's name, name on the
You
chat thing.
On the
I
chat.
talk, I teacher.
Mhm.
a talkie teacher.
I talk, I teacher.
Oh. Oh, I
I
always thought.
talk. I teacher.
Oh my god.
I believe.
That makes sense.
I honestly thought it was just like something else.
Or it could be I talkie teacher, as in a teacher who's talkie.
Yeah, it is for
Or
the
it could
website.
be a Japanese-ish thing. Itaki teacher.
Well,
No, I don't think Tim is a weeb.
I just see Tim as a sort of a dominating teacher. I talk. I'm the teacher.
well, it is for a website that's like a English as a second language like website too, for people to like learn English.
Mhm.
Like Duolingo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I think so.
speaking of which, I completely gave up on German.
It's a very difficult language. Very difficult.
No, but mostly
Also, you're a bad person.
Duolingo is shit.
Oh,
Mostly.
I like Duolingo.
Not for German.
Yeah, it's not great at teaching you about the structure of sentences and how they get all
Yeah.
flipped around.
It's shit. I
What's-
mean,
is it for just learning how to speak it?
yeah.
You can only learn like the
Speaking of
most
learning-
basic sentence constructions with Duolingo.
Oh, I know how to ask for fucking bread. That's for sure.
How do you say fucking bread in German?
Well, not
It's
fucking, but
Fucking broad.
we.
Der Flittenbrot?
Swantje sent me a link to a video of a guy who wants to teach you German, and it's so funny because he uses only the words that are similar to English. So, how to say a house,
House.
and he repeats the word 5 times. It's that I have to find that video and link it to you because it's really, really funny. But not now because I'm not handling all that well right now. So I have downloaded a pattern for making myself a face mask because I really need to go back on my anti-inflammatory meds. I can't anymore. I just can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, making face masks is really easy.
Yeah, I know. I saw
you
a
just go
video,
out, you kill a fascist, and you cut their face off and wear it. Over your face.
That's
kind
gross.
of like that kind of face mask.
I'm not wearing fucking fascists.
James, John, no one has the spoons for that. I certainly don't.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, now I know what my Etsy shop is going to be.
Oh God, it's just drama here.
I had a question though. Has anybody else heard? I heard that one of the things you can do to make your mask, make the homemade mask better, is to on the outside put a covering of pantyhose material. Has anybody else heard that?
I had not.
What's a pantyhose?
It's like
The stuff you wear over your head in a robbery.
tights or stockings.
Oh, tights. Okay.
Yeah. Nylons. Well, it used to be nylons. Now they're, well, anyway, point being,
They're still made of nylon, I'm sure, but you know.
they used to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess the point is that that the material itself helps with the stop the transmission of droplets.
Nice.
In addition to the rest of the material that's under it. You don't do it instead of other material. You put it on top of the material on the outside. But then
the pattern I found has a pocket for filters, so I could put it inside.
Well, it's not really for that. It's for the point. The other thing about it, I guess, is that it's supposed to, if you put it on the outside, it helps fit tighter to the face because the pantyhose material will be tight and it'll tend to fit closer to the face.
It'll also be a little harder to breathe.
Marty says he's
if
putting
you're breathing
punchy.
if you're breathing around the mask, then your mask isn't doing what it's supposed to do anyway.
Marty
That's a good
says
point.
he's putting pantyhose over your head, bad form for a corona mask.
If you don't want to waste the pantyhose, just go ahead and use your panties. It'll be just as effective. It'll double as a mask in itself.
Well,
As I
mine
told
are not
Tom,
see-through.
I only have black fabric for my mask. So I'm going to, for the next, for the foreseeing future, I'm going to look like I'm a black bloc.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I would go at.
I thought you said you had red material as well.
Yeah, but I'm going to put it inside. But
Oh, I see. So you're hiding your communism.
yes.
I
And
see.
I'm not
Makes
going
sense.
to put a face mask that's red and black. I'm not going to advertise like.
Oh,
What?
it's too late. I already did that to my mask. But I did that with Sharpies, and so it's like it is washing off
Yeah,
every
you
night I
don't
want to
have
wash
a
it.
tattoo with a gigantic cycle A on your shoulder. I mean, at this point, it's going to be overkill.
Yeah, you need just enough kill.
Yes, just enough kill.
Yeah, just black. That's that's enough. What the fuck is it? Oh, the French girl. She's in paradise and a drunken man at the wheel. What?
I have no idea what David Scott is talking about.
Sounds like
Sounds
a
like a
drinking.
song.
Sounds like a probably a Swedish drinking song. David could tell us if you wanted to.
So long.
Yeah,
as
we
it's not
haven't
a
like
pun.
put you in timeout yet again.
Can't take this anymore.
I
Just-
can't understand shit today, so I was wondering if it was just me.
No, it wasn't.
No,
Just
we
you
also
this
have
time.
no idea what he's talking about.
Okay. David, can you make sense, please? For once in your life.
Asking an online troll to try to make sense.
That's
No,
racist.
but for real,
He actually is a troll. In real life, he's from Sweden.
oh, he's quoting fucking Bob Dylan. Okay. I'm
oh,
not a
that-
fucking hippie. Fuck Bob Dylan.
I had David Bowie stuck in my head. Bob Dylan was the
Wait,
one I was trying to
no.
think of because it thought it sounded like Dylan.
Do not bad talk. Bob is from my from the upper Midwest. And
Yeah,
he
you're a
is-
hippie too.
And he is of my generation. I think that you and I might have to fight now.
Hippies don't exist anymore.
Well,
Okay.
he's dead, so he's not anymore.
What?
Who's dead?
Bob
Bob
Dylan
Dylan?
is quite dead. Yeah.
Bob Dylan is still
Wait,
alive.
he is? No, he's not. He's not
I'm
dead.
pretty sure. Pretty sure he's still alive.
Are you kidding, Tom? You're taking
nope.
this shit, no?
No,
Yeah,
he's
Bob
alive.
Dylan is still alive.
What?
Yeah.
That is surprising.
He's just like 200 years old, but he's still alive.
78, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said 200.
What the fuck? He's still alive?
Yeah, that is
Yes!
surprising.
Okay.
Why
I
is
thought
this
he was dead
surprising?
for 20 years. Okay.
I mean, all his friends died back in the 60s of drug overdoses, but yeah, he's still alive.
Nah, John Baez is still alive too.
No.
So we played the game of Who's Not Dead, and and some of us lost.
Yes.
He released a new song 2 weeks ago. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I heard about that. I haven't
Some
heard
people
it yet.
don't know when to stop.
Well, I don't want him to stop. He comes out with good stuff now and again.
I thought he was dead.
Oh,
know.
so because you thought that like he was dead, that means
No,
he
but-
should stop putting out music then?
No, he should stop putting music because he can't sing. I'm sorry, but the man can't
Well,
sing.
that's-
Well,
that's
he's never
not
been
very
able
nice.
to sing, but that's not the point of his work.
Well, when you sing, usually it's the point, but
It's the point is about the songwriting.
I don't know about you. I sing because I like to sing. I can't sing, and I torture everybody in my house with my terrible singing voice. But
Yeah, I like to sing too, but
Well,
but
that's
I cannot.
mean to others.
But I cannot carry a tune whatsoever. So
No.
what I lack in singing, I make up for like enthusiasm and exuberance, which is why I was told by my
wait.
drama teacher not to sing at all in the musical.
And
Marty
I just want to
said-
say that Marty is absolutely right.
Yeah, hippies and Nazis don't exist. Seth Andrews told me so.
Mhm.
Which one is Seth Andrews again?
The thinking atheist. He's one of those atheist guys who like had
The
to
one who
like.
does really great audio work.
Yes. Oh, he's got a milk chocolatey voice.
Mhm.
The one
Yes,
from
correct.
Oklahoma.
Yes,
And he-
correct.
he-
I thought
thinking
it was.
atheist.
I thought it was the bell curve motherfucker who had
Oh,
the
No,
chocolate
no,
voice.
that was Sam Harris.
Sam
Sam
Harris. okay.
Harris.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sam
Oh.
Harris has a distinctive voice, but it's not quite the velvety smoothness of Seth Andrews.
Yeah, Seth
And
Seth
Andrews.
Andrews
Is-
was a radio host for a
And
very
is
long
Seth
time.
Andrews a motherfucker too, or is he?
Yeah, not as bad
right?
as Harris.
might
Oh, okay.
But not as good as Steve Shives.
Oh no. Well, that's
During the Mythicist Milwaukee
Of course not.
debacle
Yes.
back in the day, Seth Andrews was not supportive of Carl, but he got really snippy about getting called out.
Do you know
Yeah.
you've heard the term outrage brigade? You might even have seen the
Yeah, I
badge.
thought it was
That was
Tirande.
He coined it, yeah.
he coined outrage brigade.
Oh, okay.
And that's when you see outrage brigade, that's Seth Andrews
Oh,
handiwork.
well, fuck him then.
Yeah. He's,
Dylan was never a hippie anyways. Oh, for fuck's sake, David, shut up.
Well, he
They were all fucking hippies.
No, you can only be a hippie
no,
if you
he
were a member
really-
of the National Hippie Party.
no,
From
he was
1939 to
actually
1940.
more. Dylan was Dylan. He wasn't part of anything.
Phoenix, you were saying?
It's not a question of being part of anything. When you hear his songs, the guy was a hippie. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry. Don't lie.
No, I'm not sorry.
Hello, Luke.
No, he was well.
Luke, say hello to the people. Say hi.
Luke.
Hello,
I had
My
to
boy
put-
Luke.
Is
Good
it
boy.
the guilty dog who broke your ankle?
Yes, but he has apologized by giving me lots of love,
Okay,
and I forgive him.
good
Oh,
boy.
that's
Besides,
good
I
boy.
think I don't think my ankle's hypermobility actually exactly helped prevent it from getting broken. So
Andrews
think
has
that's the
said
fault of
that
my legs.
Nazis don't exist. Okay. Oh, did he really?
Yeah, Seth Andrews probably has that kind of position that like Nazis don't exist today.
I know
and
that
so-
Peter Boghossian said that.
Yeah, but Peter Boghossian is an asshole.
Yeah.
So
he-
Andrews
Boghossian
is
a
too.
complete
Okay.
piece of shit.
yeah,
Oh, Seth Andrews trash like
Oh,
Dan Arrow.
oh, yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
Which one is Dan Errol?
that's
Dan
the
Arrow's a
tanky one.
communist.
Yes. Steve Shives
He's
likes.
not okay. I see why who he is. He's not a tanky though.
Okay, but he is like a.
He's a
Steve-
Marxist, but is not
Okay.
tanky.
Okay, I don't know what. I never listened to Dan
Seth
Arrow at
Andrews
all.
is a conservative liberal, that's all.
Yes,
not,
exactly. That's what I think with how
He's
I
not a
would frame Seth
Republican,
Andrews.
but he's conservative.
He's like a this. He probably like be
He's a Biden Democrat.
exactly vote blue no matter who. I think that would be Seth Andrews.
Biden,
Both of Blue
Pelosi, that's his bag.
Oh, that's right. That's the news that like happened in our shit show country. Is that like Biden finally like talked about like the allegations against him from Tara
Yeah,
Reid.
he said it wasn't true. Of course he did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
well, I've never done anything wrong. I'm a good person.
But
Yeah.
I
Corn
mean, the
Pop
guy
likes
is
me.
senile, so maybe he genuinely don't remember. So
That is, I can,
I like
Pop.
his story.
yeah,
You,
I
you can have speech aphasia without being senile.
Maybe he's just faking his his
Senility.
his senileness.
yes,
He wants to look more like Reagan. Yeah.
faking.
Mm,
Oh yeah, the daily reminder that Reagan's grave and his wife's grave, they both function as gender neutral toilets.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
That's something I had to keep in mind when I made my video. My second part of why I call myself queer about like the AIDS movement and how like there was a negative stigma about bad victims of AIDS, which of course included gay people
Oh yeah.
and
And black
drug addicts.
people.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't talk too much about the racial issue of that, but like, obviously I know it knew it exists. I just didn't talk about that because that
It's
was
the
in the main.
US. There's always a racial issue in the US. It's amazing. Even more than in
yes,
other
Julie.
countries, there's
Thanks for
always
explaining-
that in the background.
Thanks for explaining that to a black person who was born and raised in America, because I
No,
didn't know
I'm
that.
not explaining that to you. I'm
Okay,
talking to
I'm
the
sorry,
audience. I don't need to explain
being a-
anything to you.
I'm just being a douche. I'm sorry. Luke.
Nah,
you're
you're
fine.
not.
Luke.
Yeah, we're
He's a
all
little
friends here.
marshmallow.
It's okay. Anyway.
He's a marshmallow. Yeah. Life at home though is kind of stressing me out because like, well, our house is big enough that my family and I can basically leave each other alone, but once in a while, like it just gets like too much drama, too much like no one ever helps, and like I can't ask anybody to help, nobody cares, blah blah. Ugh. I'm just afraid of living with roommates again because people are crazy. I mean, like, why can't I just find a nice little abandoned cottage and just live there with my cats that I'm going to have?
I don't know.
You need money to have cats, though.
Thanks, Julie. I didn't know that. Why do people have to constantly throw things in my face? Luke, I must be calmed by your marshmallowness. Calmed, marshmallow. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Well, speaking of marshmallows, has anybody else heard of marshmallows with chocolate in the middle?
No,
No.
I want a vegan version of those.
My neighbor has a fire pit, and they had a fire the other night in the fire pit, and they invited me over for s'mores, and all they had to do for the s'mores was heat the marshmallow with the chocolate in the middle of it over the fire, and then smash it between two graham crackers. So it was, it's sort of an instant s'more. I wondered if that was something that they made up or if there were actually that thing, and I'm gonna have to find out about it because that sounds kind of tasty.
Yeah, I've never heard of the chocolate-filled marshmallows, but s'mores sound good. Because we don't have a fire pit, I usually either make them in the microwave or I just I'll toast the marshmallows under the broiler in our stove.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make sure I don't walk away from them because they will be little balls of fire in 2 minutes. But if I toast them just enough under the broiler, that is bomb.
There is a product of where you can get marshmallows with chocolate in them.
You have to special order them, or
there's a brand of them, at least, Stuffed Puffs.
no.
Yeah.
Stuff
See,
puff?
vegans don't have any of that kind of stuff because we just started getting vegan marshmallows in stores a few years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like
And
it's
it took us a long time to get.
If you get actual marshmallows, then they're vegan because they're made of the root of a plant. It's only when you get artificial marshmallows that they're not.
The mallows from the marsh are yeah.
They don't exactly sell mallows from the marsh in grocery stores.
No, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if they did though? That'd be rad.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're edible. I imagine they are. Are they roots?
The word marshmallow comes from mallow plant species, an herb native to parts of the year, blah, blah, blah. Plant stems and leaves are fleshy in its white flowers, blah, blah, blah. Something about the roots, yeah. The first marshmallows are prepared by boiling pieces of root pulp with honey until thick. Once thickened, the mixture was strained, cooled, and then used as intended.
Honey's also not vegan.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Please puke it out.
Yeah, that's honey is the tastiest insect vomit that you could ever have.
Wait,
It's not vomit, it's poop. Okay.
Mithril, are you,
It wasn't poop. It doesn't come out of their anus.
They regurgitate it.
They don't have an anus, they are insects.
I don't think
Mithril-
that prevents them from having an anus.
I
am
don't think
pretty-
they have an anus.
They
pretty
have
sure-
quokka, I think.
I am pretty sure that insects and like other arthropods do shit, so they have to have some kind of anus.
They might not have an anal sphincter, but they have
They
an
might
They
have
have
an
a
orifice.
digestive tract, so
and thus they have a
Yeah.
mouth at one end and an anus at the other.
If they don't if they don't have a digestive tract, how do they regurgitate the honey? Why are we talking about this? Jeez Louise.
It's whatever we're talking about. This
because
is
you
the show.
vegans are weirdos and have to discuss to everyone about the shit they eat.
We're weirdos. It's the non-vegans
And it's made from
like,
regurgitation, not poop.
it's like
Okay.
it's the non-vegans who drink breast milk from cows.
I don't actually,
I think-
but that's because milk is too strong for me. I'm lactose sensitive like that.
You're just not a big cow. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And insects do have
I-
an anus.
yeah, but they're protostomes, so that their mouth actually forms first.
Whereas
Yeah,
we are
it's like
deuterostomes and our
Yes.
anus forms first.
Yeah, we were once all asshole.
Yes.
Some of us,
Never
like
out of
David, stay that way.
Yeah, some of us stay this assholes. Exactly. And like the Tea Party said, Marty, yeah, again with the butts. And Jamie J's not here either.
And it's science butts.
Yeah,
Science butts. Yes,
Gonna
the
science
best
the
kind of
shit out of
butts.
this
That's butts.
done talking about butts and insects and that kind of thing. I wanted to ask Mithril about. Mithril says there was some talk of Biden asking Romney to be his VP. Has anybody else heard of that?
I have not.
I think it's going to be Kamala Harris.
Sorry. That's the same thing.
The rapist and the cop.
As far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned, Mitt Romney, Kamala Harris, same.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no, she wouldn't be allowed in his church because she's brown and a woman.
Yes, but
My
Well,
late
well-
actually my late grandfather was a Mormon toward the end of his life. Then again, he wasn't white passing. He had a lot of white passing people on his side of the family, but he didn't look he looked brown, but still not quite black, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going to head out, babes, because I'm old.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't
Kind
want
of
to do
old.
fishy fashy
Sad.
first?
Yes, let's do some fishy fashies if you have it prepared.
Yeah.
I do have it
Do-
prepared,
do-
but do you have the spoons?
No.
Okay.
oh, okay.
All
It's
right.
good to talk to you.
Bye,
I
Julie.
Take care.
didn't talk that much, but
Well,
No.
it's good to talk at you.
well, next week maybe I can show you my mask.
That would be good.
I see. Yeah.
Take care, Julie.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Let's go ahead and do fishy fashy then.
Sure. Why not?
So,
Sounds
just fair
good.
warning. This week's fishy fashy is going to deal with some unpleasant topics because the Fash are unpleasant people. Specifically, it's going to deal with sexual assault of various kinds.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Two of them are for separate reasons. So our first fishy fash is Gad Sad,
Oh.
who definitely wants to remind you that he was one of the founding members of the intellectual dark web.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to remind you of that because nobody remembers anyone other than like Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
But his thing was that he defended acts of genocide, specifically rape camps.
Mhm.
The second one is Candace Owens. And she is standing up in defense of a rape victim, specifically Tara Reid.
Okay.
And finally, we have Dave Rubin, who has published a book recently. The title literally begs people not to destroy it because that's how shitty it is. But he bragged that it was in the Kindle Top 100 alongside Chuck Tingle. All right. So those are our three fishy fashy. Gad Sad defending acts of genocide in the Middle East, in fact. Candace Owens defending Tara Reid. And Dave Rubin bragging about his books standing on Amazon.
Yeah.
So let's start with Tom.
This is a little tough. Normally, I have a fairly decent idea. This time, I really don't.
Yeah.
It's. I don't like any of them at all. So I would like it. I'd like all the bad things to be true about all of them. But you say one of the bad things is not true, or maybe there's a worse bad thing. That would be good. I have trouble thinking that anybody would defend rape camps, but I don't know. Candace Owens would definitely defend Tara Reid, but not for the good reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't heard enough about. I think Rubin's book is not doing very good, or at least it's being panned. It may be selling, but I don't know that it's. But I'm hearing it's being panned very badly. So I really don't know which way to go on that. Whether it's good, selling well enough to be in the top 100. So I don't really know. So I'm just going to guess that it's Gad Sad because that's the most outrageous.
Okay, so Tom thinks it's Gad Sad. What do you think, Jonathan?
I'm going to think that the Dave Rubin one, you altered something like that. Like it's not on the Kindle 100, it's on Kindle and something like that, and he's praising it for something else. So I'm going to go with the Dave Rubin one just for some reason.
And Phoenix.
Well, yeah, I have no problem believing Gad Sad defended sexual assault as a sexual assault as a war crime or in prison camps?
Rape camps.
Something like
Mm-hmm.
Rape camps. Yeah, I have no problem believing he defended those. I don't put it past Candace Owens to be the type of person to be a hypocrite when it comes to sexual assault claims. Like, if a Democrat did it, then if a Democrat's accused, then of course he did it, but the defense anti-Trump. So yeah, I'm going to agree with Jonathan that it's probably the Dave Rubin one.
Okay. So you all agree that Candace Owens is standing up in defense of Tara Reid.
Oh no.
So we'll start there. And no surprises there. She is, in fact, defending Tara Reid. When it's not one of theirs, the Thuglicans are all about believing victims. Okay. So, yeah, I really hope that Candace Owens falls down the Washington Monument onto a rusty bicycle pedal.
Yeah, this is actually common because, like, Susan Collins also kind of like said that, like, Al Franken is a disgrace to the Senate, but voted in Brett Kavanaugh to confirm him. So
and Trump has definitely learned his lesson. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Susan Collins is one of the more disappointing people in the world on that right side.
So, only Tom thinks that Gad Sad wouldn't be that bad. So, what happened there is that somebody talked about the Pakistani military setting up rape camps. And Gad thought it was witty to respond that it wasn't rape, it was undocumented lovemaking. So, no, he was not defending the rape camps. These are Muslims, so obviously he has to attack them. No, he was.
That's somehow worse.
Yeah, he was comparing illegal immigration, undocumented immigrants, to acts of genocide. So yeah, he made it worse.
Can someone just put?
Yeah.
Someone just push him into a big hole.
Or,
Yes.
For the sake of staying on this lovely website, that was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
In a video game, let's push it into God's that into a big hole.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, fuck him in the
Minecraft.
face with a table made out of corkscrews. This guy. All right.
In Minecraft.
I don't
So
Is that
that
what
one is
in
the fake,
Minecraft
which
means?
means
Is
Yeah.
in Minecraft means, you know,
It
fake-
means it's a joke, yeah. On Twitch, they really have to like actually say like they on Twitch is more strict of like TOS of like you cannot like condone acts of violence, even if it's like a guest on your stream.
Yep.
So that's why when I mentioned about my joke of kill all landlords, the streamer, the dude snap tends to say in a video game, and so that's
okay.
that's why they
I-
say in Minecraft or in video game, just so that Twitch streamers don't break TOS.
Okay, I've seen that. I thought that's what it meant. No, it's good to have that because I'm such a ancient person. I have no idea how the young people today live.
Mm-hmm.
So
which means that
Dave
Dave Rubin's book actually is, well, he was bragging about it being in the top 100 for Kindle. He didn't really mention Chuck Tingle. But I didn't claim that as the fake because what he said was romances, and I put Chuck Tingle up there alongside Harlequin romances and so on. Yeah, and the title of Dave Rubin's book is "Don't Burn This Book." He's as bad as Gad said when it comes to
Oh,
being
why
a
do all
pathetic
these
little shit sting?
like all of these like Republicans are invoking Fahrenheit like 41 something one? What was that book?
450.
451.
451. Yeah, and of course 1984 when
Mhm.
they don't know that like again like the George Orwell's critique of like newspeak. What do you say? What are you saying, Phoenix?
Looks they've totally read. No, really, stop laughing.
Yes. Yeah, George Orwell's critique of like newspeak wasn't that like it's censorship, but it's like you're giving so limited a speech, and then like and this is something that like Noam Chomsky has brought up in like what was a preface to like 1984 that never got published originally. It was only published later in later editions of how if you cannot say something, part of newspeak, you then cannot think it. And when you cannot think it, it might as well not exist. And knowing George Orwell being like a socialist and anarchist, that's kind of like what he was going with. You cannot speak of socialism, so you cannot even think of it. If you can't think of it, you are very limited of like how you can go about in the world. We can't think of revolution. We must reform. Vote
But
in
no.
this person.
He was criticizing socialism. The government in
that's what I
1984 was called the socialist. It was INGSOC, English Socialism.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely.
So he was very much a capitalist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and yes, all the animals in animal farms are people say communist, but like I think it was like a more critique of Stalinism.
Yes.
Mhm.
I was being sarcastic. Orwell was
Yes.
himself a socialist, and he was criticizing fascism, which
Yes.
calls itself socialist as a way to undermine criticism of itself.
Mhm.
Yep, I think that's why Tucker Carlson is talking about workers' rights and in some of his like recent things. So anyway,
The fash lies.
which is why when like people learn it's like, wait a minute, Richard Spencer's an atheist. It's just like, I mean, yes, we know that the past lies. I mean, and that's why, and also, and I heard that same thing. The fash lies when I present the video of Richard Spencer saying he's a fan of Chapo Trap House. So it's just like, hey, okay, if you, I don't know how I can convince you otherwise, but yeah.
That's why it's really difficult to judge anything about the fascists by what they say in public. It's
True.
by what they do, what they support, and what they say when they think nobody's watching.
Yeah.
Like when they were standing in a bar singing God Bless America and throwing the Nazi salute. Or like he was in a private conference saying Heil Trump, Heil Victory, Heil America.
Oh, yeah.
A satire. It was ironic.
Yeah, and then there's all those people that like are ironic about their like Nazism and stuff like that. That reminds me of how in an old video from like over 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, the Moab did a 4-part series, The Art of the Heel, and that was in the final part because Richard Spencer said in an interview with Vice of how they mean the alt-right in because people would just like want to troll other people, kids on like 4chan and stuff like that want to troll other people, so they'll go read fascist literature just to troll other people with it. But what Richard Spencer saw is that like some of those people that were reading that fascist literature to troll and mean people were actually going to like kind of get into it, and that's how they fell down the rabbit hole. So
that's an excuse a lot of people on BreadTube use, like to excuse like using like basically a lot of ableist kind of rhetoric, like using the word triggered colloquially, which I hate so much. I see that everywhere, and I see, for God's sake, the like weird Gen Xers who run Happy Healthy Vegan use that term colloquially all the time, and it drives me crazy because I actually have experience with triggers. I have triggers. I can't watch certain things on the internet. I have to look away from certain scenes on like the true crime shows I like so much because some of them involve women or teenage girls who engaged in self-harm, and they'll actually show it, and I'm just like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, please don't show that. Because I have that history, but like, so like it's a real thing for me, but like people just joke about it, like when they're talking about someone being mildly irritated by something. I'm just like, oh my God, you went to first grade, I'm sure you know other words. It's like, it's so, oh yeah, and people like Xander Hall and Bosch who like use the R slur all the time. Just like, just stop. You don't need to do this to appeal to people. Just stop it.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's not like there aren't certain like. I made this point in my first response to Xander Hall back when he was Pig Puncher. Just like you frame this disingenuously as trying to appeal to kids, but like, guess what? There are young people like with disabilities and without disabilities who don't want to hear the R slur every 5 seconds. There are young people of color who are in like leftist gaming spaces and don't want to hear the N word. Like that shit, people just find it uncomfortable. It's just like, and you disingenuously feel like you're trying to appeal to kids. It's just like, guess what? Kids aren't a monolith. Kids are as different as every other age group of people. And
when you're using it ironically to be edgy, then you're providing cover to, if you're using it that way, which is hard to believe, you're providing cover to the people who actually do want to kill them.
And that's the thing. You're not doing. It's not irony. It's not satire. You're just doing the thing. Stop.
Mel Brooks was satire.
Yes.
Wait, Brooks?
Mel Brooks says Blazing Saddles.
And Springtime for Hitler.
Oh yeah. Right. Oh well, that was in the producers.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm still working on the performative allyship video. It's mostly on the other computer that I was using for a while. I'm actually planning to talk a bit in that video about how it's similar to the condescending attitude a lot of breadtubers seem to have toward the working class. Like, Well, one of the things I'm going to say is like, okay, there are a number of problems with this. Among them, that there are people of color, there are LGBT people, there are disabled people, there are various intersections thereof who also make up both the working class and online gaming circles. But I want to leave that conversation for another video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that video is a critique of like formative allyship and how it's still, guess what? Allyship is still not about you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like it's just, Lord, there are a lot of videos I actually want to make. There's that one. I want to make a video about veganism and why leftists should be vegan, should be for veganism. And another one about romanticizing mental illness. I want to kind of do it in a bit of a different way, because like a lot of like people make about romanticizing mental illness just say get help, get therapy, and it's just like but I want to make a video saying yes, if you think you have depression, you think you have anxiety, you think you have any kind of mental illness, you should get help. However, that's not accessible to a lot of people, and I know this. I'm very fortunate that I was able to get on Medicaid, and I see a therapist regularly. I have medication, but not everybody has those benefits, especially in America where healthcare is treated like a luxury item. So like I'm going to be saying like that's one of the reasons we need better community care. That's another reason we need to take health concerns really seriously. And like, yes, I agree that it's not healthy to always vent to other people, but also like there are some people like the reason people vent is like because it's not easy to see it. It's not easy to find a therapist and be able to see them.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a while to find therapists who were a good fit for me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, many people find it like difficult to find a good therapist when there are also like trans or like non-binary stuff like that.
Exactly. And there are a lot of black people, especially black young people, black young men, who it's hard for them to talk with people about their issues, but I really want them to, because it's important. I've been there. Thankfully, there are sites that can help you find like a therapist who specializes in LGBT issues. You can find black therapists, black female therapists, black male therapists, whatever.
Blackmail therapy.
Don't get smart. This is serious.
Mm-hmm.
I will come there with a rolled up newspaper. I swear to God. I will hobble there with my cane, a rolled up newspaper, wearing a mask, and
or put a hex on you. Just a tiny hex.
I will hex you to step on a Lego every day for an entire month till you learn your lesson. That's what I said I would do on my community tab if any Bread 2 person tried to defend Shuon Head to me ever again.
She recently got interviewed by the Serfs.
Oh Lord!
Did they talk about how she's become super duper leftist now?
I haven't seen the video itself.
Nah.
Anything if Lord, these people. Holy.
I'm going to put the link to the community Facebook page into the live chat right now.
Yeah, I haven't shared anything there the past few days just because I've been having numerous existential crises. Mm-hmm. Things will turn around soon. I talked to my therapist.
There's a nice discussion going on in the chat about the welfare state being used to keep the poor in line.
Mhm.
That's entirely
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, like, even things like SSI, which I'm currently trying to apply for, like they make it so you can have it revoked if you have like $2,000 in the bank.
Mhm.
Even if like you're like saving up for like something like a power wheelchair, for example. And you can use it, and you can lose your benefits if you get married, which is that's a whole other pile of bullshit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the YouTuber Snapple and Cats, and who's at Twitchy Spoonie on Twitter, has also talked about that, and she has like a kind of like linked that if disabled people can't get married, or if they do get married, lose their benefits, is almost like an encouragement for them not to get married and thus not have kids. So she's linked it
Like,
to it's like almost a form of genocide.
It's eugenics.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of is. Like if I had a partner right now, I wouldn't be any rush to get married to them. I don't even know. I don't even know how much I really am for the institution of marriages that exists. Like
Even like Little has like mentioned that too.
Yeah.
True in France.
I wish disabled voices on social media weren't so buried. Like you wouldn't have to look to find them, but
I just put the Twitchy and Spoonie's Twitter in there.
Oh yeah, is that Snapple and Cats?
That's Snapple and Cats.
I think
yes.
I follow their YouTube. Yeah, I think I follow them on YouTube, and I am in a Black Left Wing Discord server with them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I had a chance to like chat with her on Dude Snap's Twitch stream, and Dude Snap's like took a portion of that and put it up on his YouTube channel. So yeah, disabled voices need to be like her, because especially around this time.
Yeah.
So,
God damn, I hate Republicans.
Yes, we just
I just saw a thing on Reddit.
Except the Republican governor of my state, who is valid and who is valid, is actually Hogan, showing real leader about this and like having none of the orange things nonsense.
What's on Reddit, John?
Just a story from the Salt Lake Tribune about Mitt Romney proposing an idea for a way to get frontline workers back in the thing. An idea that would offer an incentive to businesses to pay employees an additional $12 per hour through July. Because he wanted to offset a concern that some people would benefit more from staying on unemployment. And he's calling it Patriot Pay.
Oh, Jesus. Does that include requirements for PPE and paid sick leave?
Almost certainly not. I think it's just an additional $12 an hour through July. The federal government would chip in a $9 through a refundable tax credit for the employer. Would have to chip in $3 to make it work. I mean, a $10 an hour raise isn't nothing, but it would just be a way to get people back into the line of fire.
Yes, and people are at the point. A lot of people are at the point where they're willing to put their health in jeopardy and other people's health in jeopardy because they got bills to pay. And Trump and I think pretty much everybody else on the right has said no more free money to poor people. $1,200 is enough. Live on it.
And yeah, that's the thing that like someone pointed this out. The reason how they got to the $1,200 because like they calculated that like for 160 hours off of minimum wage, $7.25, that's federal minimum wage, it will total up to like $1,160. So they just round up to like $1,200, and there you go. And many conservatives think that like that's good enough to live off of for like 10 weeks. Yeah.
I can't remember who said that. I think it was Mnuchin.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Mnuchin.
The Treasury
And-
Secretary thinks it's possible to live for 10 weeks on $1,200.
Is I challenge him to do that without relying on help from his family or friends. Just start from
Or his own bank account.
yes, just like start from
I don't-
zero and only have $1,200.
I don't know why, but every time I see Mitch McConnell's face and he says some stuff like that, I suddenly start getting a hankering for some turtle soup.
Bad vegan.
Present company excluded. My mother's turtle lives in the basement too. He could probably hear me.
Ah, yes.
Present company excluded. Yes, I know, bad.
Is
Turtle
Mr. said
friends,
in live Mr. said in live chat in the leftish magazine I get, someone said socialism meant we should all have like 1/10 of a ventilator with a sad face emoji. It's just like that reminds me of how
So
there's just
inhumane.
there's some people I should never talk to about like socialism because like again it went to like Stalinism because I'm a socialist. I must have been fine with the atrocities that Stalin has done.
Yeah,
Well, all socialism is Stalinism. I mean, that's
well, see, when I sometimes go to war corpses / slaughter patriarchies videos to troll the chat because it amuses me. He says Phoenix, how could you be a socialist? Because socialism and communism killed thousands of people.
millions.
And so I'm just like, what is socialism? Do you even know? And he says something like, oh, yeah, it's when the state controls everything. And I'm just like, I'm a libertarian socialist, so I'm for socialism state, which he starts blathering on about how that's impossible because, I don't know, potatoes.
Socialism is when the
as good as
government
any
does
other-
things. So you can't be a non-government socialist. Doy.
Yeah, every single
God.
time. I sometimes have these discussions where there's like, and they do not believe that like socialism can work on a grand scale or anarchism can work on a grand scale. They think it works fine with just 50 people, but once you expand it out, like then it just it's a good old chaos or something like that. And I'm just like, because people won't trust people that they don't know, and I'm just like. And I think that's one of those many blogs of like human nature argument that like they always get on about, and I don't know how to like if someone just doesn't have faith in someone that they never met for whatever reason, how they taught their personal experiences, whatever, or then they'll probably and they'll think while they still think in our atomized world of like urbanization and stuff like that, where just everyone just like goes back to their own little bubbles of their homes and never interact with everyone else except for just their friends or their coworkers, they always seem to like think that like there's just always that mistrust there, either because they themselves mistrust others, and so they assume that others mistrust others just like they mistrust others, or they just don't have a faith in like anarchism because of not knowing. I think it's honestly because they do not know what it's like to live in an anarchist society. They'll think that like it can't work, or I can't see how it works, or they want
It'd be like the
details.
Purge.
Yeah, which the second one did have the subtitle of anarchy. What I think about Nazbols, I hate Nazbols. Fuck Nazbols. Same thing with tankies and
Nations
third
are bad.
positionists and dingus. Like, no, just like the only I mean, Marxist-Leninists and Marxist-Maoists is a case-by-case basis. Some of them are cool, but once I see them going into like bigotry or just like saying sex work does not work, I'll be like, nope, done with them. Left unity's not a thing either.
Sex work is work.
Exactly.
On my picks.
Yes.
On my picks.
Yes.
I shouldn't say that out loud because my mom's talking to my grandmother upstairs on the phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Thank God my grandma's not here because, she'd have a cow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have a panda. You can't judge.
Fair enough. He's so cute.
Beautiful beans.
The thoroughly merciless Ming.
Yeah. Yeah, it turns out panda bears in real life are actually quite violent.
They're bears.
Right.
And they have a thumb that can stick right in your eye. Well, they don't have a thumb. They have bone.
Now, why would they need a thumb to stick your eye when they could just use their ginormous bear claws to claw your entire face off? And then have cappuccino.
Yeah.
Bamboo cappuccino.
Mm-hmm.
I was making a very, very obscure reference to a Stephen J.
Panda's
Gould
thumb.
book, and his thumb. Yeah.
It's not actually a thumb. It's a wrist bone that evolved to do some weird thing, serving as sort of an extra thumb. I don't know anything about agorism.
Yeah, I don't know anything about agorism.
That's why I think that's why many eons ago zoologists used to think they were raccoons.
Mhm.
Also, they have the
But now they know
Yeah.
that they know now that they are bears,
Mhm.
and that raccoons consequently are related to bears.
Ah.
We must love our love our trash panda.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about that because raccoons, pandas and raccoons were considered to be close to each other evolutionarily, rather than pandas being bears, because what it turns out now is that pandas are very basal. They are very basic bears, and there is a close relationship between bears and raccoons, but it's I don't think it's through pandas. I think the pandas and raccoons are kind of have similar structures that grew apart in different ways. I mean, the clades grew apart in different ways.
Wonder if pandas like trash too, just like the raccoons.
I wonder too.
Well, all they eat is bamboo, so I don't think they dig through bamboo garbage cans. So, I guess they could.
Well, if they weren't so tired all the time, they could claw people's heads off. See, that's how I realized that my inner animal is in fact a panda, because we are both cute and chubby and eat plants, and could probably tear your head off if we weren't so tired. And we both have dark circles around our eyes. Ugh.
See, raccoons
Mine
are
are darker when
members
I'm
of
wearing
the order Carnivora, along with things like bears.
Well, yeah, but carnivore is a very broad.
Mm-hmm. Dogs,
And
bears, cats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Raccoons,
Don't feed your cats vegan diets, people.
muskrats, pinnipeds.
That's meat.
Mm-hmm.
For that matter, if you have ferrets, feed them meat too. Ferrets are muscles too. Don't. You must give them meat.
Mm-hmm.
Pandas are also carnivore, and they are in Ursidae still, according to the scientific classification. So they're still bears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a question for a while. That's what Phoenix was talking about. They're classified close to each other.
Looks like raccoons are closer to things like weasels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Weasels are cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are.
Absolutely,
They've been unfairly stereotyped in cartoons. They're cute.
And also, the using them as an insult is unfair to weasels. But weasels, least weasels, stoats, things like that, they're adorable little pets. Kind of stinky.
Of course, there are otters or water weasels.
Mm-hmm. There's also red pandas like Jamie James.
Those look like raccoons.
They do.
They
They do.
Cute little,
But they're
ginger
they're
raccoons.
actually closer to cats, looks like.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're
like
in the family
cats.
Olyridae.
I like cats. I want to get.
I like cats
but
too.
my mom won't let me adopt a cat, so I have to wait till I move out. But where?
Yeah, that's the problem. I think if my persona,
Where?
I want to see myself as a cat. You'll see what I would look like as a cat persona.
If
Just
I
thinking
were a
out loud.
cat, if I had a cat persona, it would be a black cat.
Yes.
Mhm. Well, ladies and germs, it's been
And NBs.
and NBs. Thank you. Which outnumbers the rest of us, or equals the rest of us. We're at the point where my ass is hurting, and I'm
Mhm.
tired, and I want to eat. And it's a lovely day. It's 70 degrees outside and sunny. I have laundry on the line. I have
Didn't
a
it
chair.
like just snow there?
No, that's been
Oh.
a few weeks.
All
Mhm.
right.
But
It is
and
May.
I have
Oh,
I have my porch rocking chair, and I'm going to go and rock on it. So those of you who
Rock on,
appreciate being told to fuck off, fuck off. Those of you who don't appreciate that, goodbye. It's been fun. And David, fuck you. And for that matter, Mithril too. So fuck off those who need to be told to fuck off easily. Bye.
Goodbye, Tom. That's right. Like yesterday was like May Day, the real Labor Day.
Yes. Happy May Day, everybody.
Happy May Day, happy Beltane, and merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.
And unionize, everyone. Unionize. I haven't. Yeah, they just learn about the Haymaker affair, Haymaker riot.
Haymarket.
Haymarket.
Yes.
Oh yeah, take care of your communities and each other and yourselves.
Indeed.
Because
Exactly.
There's only one you.
Join your union. Together we bargain, alone we beg.
Okay, bye, everybody. Yeah, I gotta eat too.
Yeah. And I need to head out to Walmart to buy things like cat food. So
Okay.
looks like it is going to be the end of the stream now.
Yes. So, I posted a charity link, Google Doc earlier in the live chat. So go there. The rest of our links are down below. And the link to Phoenix's live stream later today is also there. So that's it for me.
Okay. Don't forget to check out Misandry Animals on Facebook.
Yes.
Julie is in charge of that. And she's also in charge of Anarchist Memes, wasn't it?
She is one of the mods on the
mods.
Facebook page of
And she
Anarchist
loves
Memes,
to
yes.
fuck with tankies on there.
Oh, yes. Who wouldn't want to fuck with tankies?
And check out my other podcast, Dungeons and Debacles. Heck of a lot of fun. All right. So let's go ahead and put an end to this old stream. Stopping the stream. Good night, everybody.